Next, we're going to turn to Lucille Junkere. Is that how did I pronounce it?
Junkere.
Junkere, okay. A research-based visual artist specialising in botanical and ochre pigments, sustainable textiles and embroidery. Her research focuses on the impact of colonisation on African Caribbean textile history. Do you have the clicker there? Yeah, you do.
Thank you. So hopefully this is timed nicely for 5 minutes. Taking us to Jamaica, and thoughts going out to Jamaica right now and Cuba post-hurricane. I'm looking for plants that give a pigment, dye, and natural fibres added by Jamaican artisans. It's a large endeavour. I've asked myself a few questions. To what extent can indigo and other natural dyes and fibres speak of identity and a past connected to chattel slavery? Chattel slavery is unique in that it destroyed the original identity of those who were enslaved. So consequently, people like myself of Jamaican ancestry and a lot of people in the Caribbean, the US, we do not know our African identity. And this work is about finding these plants. Yes, they give a colour or a pigment or a fibre, but it's also about the cultural identity. That music that was played in the car, interestingly, that's funeral music. And I think that is the strongest retention, African retention in Jamaica. It's a celebration of people's lives. And through this research, there's a lot of plants that are grave markers. They use the grave markers. They're also pigment, fibre plants. So I often go to masks used in West and Central African traditions. 90% of Jamaicans are of African descent, different places they were taken from. And so I take inspiration from those masks in seeking identity. So it's indigo, logwood, fustic. These are plants grown on plantations to export to European textile mills. We don't have a relationship with these plants in Jamaica, so it's about restoring a relationship, but what relationship do we have when that was denied? We have to create new memories, I guess. So I use a lot of waste. I found these old fan guards in Jamaica. This whole project, I respond to it with what I call these ancestral libations. Part 2, Welsh War, Slavery and Identity. I applied for this commission, got it. It's some of the research. You can find this document online, Cardiff University. Download it. What was missing was the voice of the enslaved. I came up to the British Textile Biennial 2023 to come and visit this cloth. Very elegant, respectful exhibition. I visited this space many times, just sitting with that piece of remnant. So these are created from natural dyes, textile remnants from the National Wool Museum. I have a preference for strong, bold colours. So these are natural dyes, but I like to get the vivid colours from my natural dye process. The yellow is fustic, grown in plantations in Jamaica. It's identity. I love this portrait. It just says Welsh girls, and they're in what is become the traditional Welsh outfit. It's not black girls, it's Welsh girls. I was in residence at Cornell University, and one of the professors said, you need to talk about the work that you intended to do. The work that I intended to was inspired by Carrie Mae Weems. This is Renty. He was a former enslaved person. I wanted to create this garment, which is an agbada, which I felt that in some way restored his identity. I was given some of the cotton, Benin cotton from Textile Biennial. And because of all of the kind of conflicts in organisations not knowing how to work collaboratively, it kind of impacted the project. And I still lament that, and I plan to make that agbada. Is indigo, making colour now, indigo. I grow indigo in Jamaica. The seeds are from former plantation sites. Indigo is kind of like my signature colour. This is some ochre. Ochre is from sites of slavery as well. Whenever there's a hurricane, it's an opportunity for me to collect soil from, the soil erosion. I'm bringing this project together in 2026, all of the libations. You can see there's quite a few of them, part 8. But I'll show all of them. And this is a pigment and fibre archive for Jamaica. I do believe from doing this research that we can actually find our identity. And when I say we, this is a method and a structure that can speak to the whole of the Caribbean and also African Americans as well, where we look at this material culture and find ourselves in it, but also addressing some of the challenges that the past, places used to export and extract. How do we create a respectful relationship? The same system that introduced scientific racism, that defined chattel slavery, destroyed our relationship with plants, placed us in a hierarchical position. And how do we restore that relationship with the very plants that we are dependent on for our survival? So for me, this project speaks to all of that. Thank you.